and you're still with your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, on S3. Now, World Health Day is celebrated every year on the 7th of April. We don't miss it, ever. From its inception at the First Health Assembly in 1948 and since taking effect in 1950, this day aims to create awareness on the health issues that we're currently facing and promotes healthy living all over the world.
And of course, our trusted multimedia health specialist, Dr. Darren Green, is joining us now via video call to chat to us about approaches to leading a healthy life and changing trends ahead of World Health Day tomorrow. Do you have any questions about World Health Day? But then do connect with us, Expresso Morning Show, SABC3. Dr. Darren Green, always so good to have you with us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me, and a happy morning to all of you.
Have you just come from a jog, or are you about to go for a jog, Dr. Darren Green?
Well, it was a bit of a scurry out of bed for my son's birthday this morning, so that got postponed till later on in the day.
Happy birthday to the young man. Well, listen, tomorrow is a big day because we celebrate World Health Day 2021. We should know what this day is all about. It really is all about shining the spotlight on health right all over the world. But why is it being commemorated and celebrated in this way?
Yeah, I think just to understand, so the background is probably obviously regarding the World Health Organization, and obviously it being founded in 1948 on the 7th of April. And a lot of the issues addressed by the World Health Organization are related to building a fairer, healthier world. And you can imagine what access to healthcare means across the world in the absence of things like running water, pollution facilities, decent living conditions, things like education around infection spread, as well as obviously so many other challenges that we have socially in our communities, but not only in South Africa, but across the world. And that's why the day was established, obviously, to create awareness with a theme every year to get us to focus on some of those things and actually note progress and change in health over a period of time.
And Doctor, we speak so often, especially on the show, about health and wellness, but where did it all start and how has this journey really transpired through the ages?
It's been fascinating to see how theories of health and wellness emerged in the East and the Far East, in the Asian countries and in China and India, with generations and generations focusing on wellness having a more spiritual source initially. In other words, if you're in Afrikaans to say, if your saak is not reg with your maker, then you end up dying too soon or developing bodily ailments. And then obviously as time went on, the physical theories of actually understanding what's inside of this meat box started to develop, with people wanting to claim land and power and authority and warfare. They started wanting to design weapons accordingly to kill the opposition quickly so that they could take over more land and empires. So they started wanting to know where are the weaknesses in the human body, in the neck, where are the blood vessels, etc., etc. And so the Romans and the Greeks started, dissecting people's bodies after they died to understand the mechanism of what actually went on inside. And those physical theories of what's happening inside with the tree and so forth, of blood vessels that get smaller and smaller as it gets to the periphery, and nerves and spinal cord and brain and all that started developing, which leads us to a place now where we are at obviously a totally different place, where we've started merging those theories at the start of the early 1950s already in terms of the biopsychosocial model of wellness, which incorporates the biology, the body, obviously the mind and the spirit, and then your social interactions as well. So a lot of this journey has been quite extensive, actually link so many things in our holistic health and well-being.
Let's talk about the mind and body connection. Is that a real thing? Because of all of these theories, one that stands out for me in modern day life is mind-body connection. Is it real, Dr. Darren Green? Please tell me it is.
Of course it's real. If you think about it, the things that you think and the things that you experience from an emotional perspective have a direct bearing on your physical health. I'll give you a simple example. Let's say you are going through a really stressful time, which is a very likely situation for many people at the moment, whether it's an exam, whether it's not knowing where your next loaf of bread is coming from. That effect of that stress and psychological stress on the body has an effect on your physical well-being. You don't sleep properly because you're anxious and worried, your thoughts are running. Your blood pressure can be affected when you become angry or anxious and so forth as well. You don't eat, or you eat too much in terms of having a an empty stomach. And then acid secretion with the fight or flight reflex, for example, can give you a stress ulcer. We all speak about having a stress ulcer, and that's just an example of how your cognitions and your psychological health are related to your physical symptoms and how it affects the physiology in your body.
Wow.
Let us talk about the future, what that looks like. What does the future of health and wellness look like? Here's a question as well. Do you think that medical staff will be replaced?
Yeah, so I get that question a hell of a lot with the information technology era that we live in right now and access to information. The question is obviously sifting through that information. So the role of medical staff and practitioners, as well as healers in community, has been there, obviously, throughout the ages. And obviously, there's a lot of pain and suffering. So the role for healers, I don't feel, can completely be taken over by AI, artificial intelligence, and so forth. There's something that's really special to the actual consult, the physical process, when someone meets with someone to discuss something that is of concern and threat to their health. And then the comfort and even the physical touch of someone laying their hands on you and actually examining you, looking for signs and symptoms, for example, is quite powerful. Sometimes the part of the healing is often just seeing someone and speaking to someone about something and having that human, touch being experienced back to you. Yeah. So, I think it's going to be a very interesting interface between technology, IT, AI, and the human connection. And the human connectedness certainly is not only referred via virtual now, it's referred to as being physical as well in terms of close proximity.
Well, listen, I'll tell you this, Dr. Darren Green, and I'll tell you this for free, Jamie Lee. Every single time I have a chat with Dr. Darren Green for consultation or whatever it is, I leave feeling a lot better. So please, AI, don't replace ever, ever. Thank you so much for joining us. And AI won't be able
to smile like that.
And
Look
AI
at that
won't smile at you like this. AI doesn't have dimples. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, come on, guys. Must we show you everything?
You guys are too good.
Happy birthday to your son, Dr. Darren.
Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day.
Thank you. Now, we're always so grateful to our trusted healthcare practitioner, Dr. Darren Green, for joining us here in studio via Zoom. And as we celebrate World Health Day tomorrow, if you haven't already, please do make sure to start living a healthy life. It's very important. Eat properly, exercise like me every day for at least 30 minutes a day. Drink lots of water, sleep enough. You know, those things that I do all the time. These are only but a few changes that you can make. If you have any questions on World Health Day, ask me. No, I'm kidding. Ask Dr. Darren. Ask Dr. Darren Green. Make sure also to go onto our social media platforms. Okay, I'm going to go run now for a bit.
Please, just get out. Let him go run.